Hello, Mosaic. Just want to give you a quick update on our first indoor service in a very, very long time, and it's happening this weekend. So first off, Zoom services, online services, YouTube services, all of that's going to continue. Many of our backyard services, they're going to step back, they're going to close up shop for the winter season, but we are going to keep our East Ypsi gathering open, and we're doing that for the coming week as weather permits. We're going to do that because we recognize that some of you're comfortable together in person, but you might not be comfortable together in person indoors. So we just want to accommodate as many people as we possibly can. So where are we gathering indoors? It's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn. They have some conference rooms. They sit on the south side of the Briarwood Mall in Ann Arbor. So that's where we're going to be. What about all of the other logistics? How are we going to do this? What are the precautions? What are the protocols? Now, as anything with COVID, we recognize that there is a huge spectrum of opinions and convictions about how church services should be done and either whether church services should be done. So before we go any further, please let me just call us again to humility. Please don't use this as an occasion to look down on and judge and even condemn those who are to your right or to your left in how they approach COVID. Please, we want this to be an occasion for unity, not an occasion for division. And we recognize that unity requires humility. Please don't reduce your brothers and sisters in Christ to a category and just look at them as one of those people over there who thinks differently than I do. Again, we're fighting for unity. Unity requires humility. So we want to invite you to cultivate in your own heart and to pray that for yourself and for your brothers and sisters. With that said, again, huge spectrum of opinions about how this could be done. Many churches are doing this differently. Some churches are going restaurant style. That basically means you wear your mask into the establishment. When you find your seat, you can take off your mask. And some of them, maybe they put the mask back on for singing, etc. Those are legitimate ways to approach all of this. Now, for Mosaic, at least for this first week, and as we get out the gates and gather in person, we're going to take a little bit more cautious route. Basically, we want to do all that we can to provide an environment that is safe and that feels safe for as many people as possible. So we're going to ask all who gather with us indoors for this service that you would wear your mask for the entire service. Realize this is going to be inconvenient for some, and some may think that that's overly cautious, etc. Again, we're fighting for unity, and we're asking you, if you disagree with this decision, hey, make a concession in the interest of gathering with your brothers and sisters in Christ for all of those who feel comfortable together. Now, we're also going to take some other steps in terms of social distancing. We're going to configure the chairs in different groupings. So here's a grouping of 4, a grouping of 6, a grouping of 2, a grouping, a lone chair on its own. So families can sit together. We're going to have kids are going to be in the service. We're not going to do childcare. We're going to keep the kids with their parents. We feel like that's the most safe approach, and also the approach that we just believe that our parents want at this juncture as well. Now, if you're single and you've been doing COVID life with other people who aren't in your household, but you're mixing and mingling, you're gathering without masks outside of church, feel free to sit with whoever you're comfortable to sit with. We're not looking to be legalistic about this. We just want to provide distancing per the government guidelines and per the science that just makes sense to keep people as safe as we can. Now, one exception to this, we're all going to be wearing masks the whole time. I'm going to be wearing a mask when we're mixing and mingling, before, after, during, etc. One exception, when it comes time for the sermon, I'm going to take my mask off and I'm going to be backed up a greater distance than I would usually be. But the reason that we decided that whoever's preaching that day won't wear a mask during the sermon is we're just recognizing what lots of other churches have recognized and what lots of other individuals and organizations that involve public speaking have recognized. That so much of communication is nonverbal, and it's simply difficult to communicate well when you have a mask on. So we are going to make that exception to the rule, and I'm just highlighting that on the front end because I don't want it to be a bait and switch for anyone who is not expecting that. All right, other logistics. Right now we're set up for 50 people. That's per the square footage, and again, the government guidelines and all of that sort of thing. We've got space for 50 people, so we want to encourage you to RSVP so we know what we're looking at. Now, if we have more than 50 people, we're using 2 conference rooms right now, and we have the option to expand into a third. So we just pull out the partition wall, we set up some more chairs, and all of a sudden we have space for 70. Now, if we know in advance that we need even more space than that, then if we know soon, we could still plan, to do an additional service, that sort of thing. But right now, we have no idea how many of our people are prepared to gather indoors. We know that many of you, more than 70 of you, are comfortable to gather in person for services outside. We don't know how that translates into indoors. So we need your help. We need you to use the RSVP. As soon as you are done watching this video, if you plan on being a part of this, please click the link or go on the Church Center app, sign up. I'm told if you're just a little bit more tech savvy than I am, then maybe even as tech savvy as I am, this should take you like 10 seconds to sign up. Again, the link, the Church Center app, you can do it either way. Sign up as soon as you can. If you're pretty sure you're going to come, go ahead and sign up. If you need to remove that later, that's okay, but it helps us to plan. We need that. Also, RSVP for the East Ipsy service. That's helpful to us as well. We've got plenty of space out there in the backyard, but it's still really helpful to know what's going on that way. Now, in the coming weeks, we're going to continue to wrestle through this stuff. We're looking to be at the Hilton Garden Inn for the foreseeable future on Sunday morning, but we have been pursuing lots of options trying to get in out of the cold. Some of those are still in the works. And so we're exploring the possibility of different spaces or adding another service, or maybe we have services that follow slightly different COVID protocols, based on the comfort level of different people involved. Because again, we want to welcome and accommodate as many as we can. Bottom line, for those of you who are healthy and who are longing to gather in person to worship with us, we look forward to it as well. Please RSVP, join in. We'd love to see you. For those of you who aren't healthy or who don't yet feel comfortable gathering in person for worship, we love you. And we look forward to connecting with you online, and we look forward to connecting with you and serving you and helping you grow in Christ in any way that we can. One more note along those lines, we have tons of discipleship groups that are rolling out this week and in the coming week. Really excited about those. These groups are for 3 to 5 people. Some of the groups in person, some of the groups will meet virtually. Some of the groups will be all men or all women. Some of the groups will be mixed. But in all of the groups, these are an opportunity to dig deeper, to encourage one another, to grow as disciples. And we so would love for you to be a part of this. So there's still a chance to sign up. Along with this video, we'll also provide a link for signups for discipleship groups. So again, bottom line, sign up for discipleship groups. If you're able to join us in person on Sunday, please sign up ASAP. Let us know as soon as you can so that we can make any adjustments that we need. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, Mosaic.